Welcome back to channel. My is doing absolutely fine. So as I said in the reaction review, I definitely had to make a kind of I literally changed my T-shirt so that I could make a proper breakdown, because even more than I'm excited for the reunion of Harry Potter cast. This is something in April we are finally going to get, and I still can't believe that I am definitely more of a Potterhead than I'm a Marvel fanatic. So even more than like literally day after tomorrow, we are going to watch Spider-Man. But this has definitely made us excited even more than literally anything. And being a pureblood, I have seen all the 8 movies and all the 7 books as well. So considering everything that we know so far, this is going to be altogether different thing. And one basic reason to even get involved into this is about watching the massive fight which would happen, and the great war and the great fight because of which Albus Dumbledore had got his wand, was the fight between Dumbledore and Grindelwald. And यहाँ पे इस movie में we will get to see that highlight as well. And even in India, I definitely know that there are a lot of fanatics, but I'll try to make this video as much as possible. I'll try to speak as much as I could in Hindi, because when it comes to fan fiction, automatically I start speaking in English. But I'll try to keep it in Hindi as well. So now I'll just try to break down the entire episode. So spoiler alert: if you have not watched any which ways, there is a kind of nothing has literally been given out in the entire spoiler. So let's start with the breakdown of the main trailer of Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. Technically the third Fantastic franchisee movie, and by the Secrets of Dumbledore. So let's start with the video. Alright, so the trailer starts in the way that we see it is Hogwarts, and Hogwarts के opening से trailer start होता है. We see the snitch over there, and we see in the background that Dumbledore is saying, like, if you listen careful enough, you can even see, like, you can even be able to hear your past. So this is all about Dumbledore's past. इस movie में Dumbledore के past है. He is going to play him when he would be in his younger version, and this logo again, it makes me feel so much nostalgic right now. Every movie that we've seen, the way the logo moves forwards, then the Harry Potter moves forwards, and this probably is the village where they used to go to drink beer, and then we get to see that they are going to meet Albus Dumbledore finally. So Newt is in search of Dumbledore, and when they actually get to know, we get to meet Aberforth, and he just says that that would be my brother, and that was again one of the amazing part, because even Aberforth is actively involved while like with respect to the war is considered. Then we further move ahead with respect to the same scenario where things would be even much more complicated from there onwards, because they have to plan a wall, like the wall would not be similar, because they would be directly going against Grindelwald now. And then we get to see him, because he would be playing. I'm really sad about Johnny Depp not being the Grindelwald, and he is going to play Grindelwald, even though he is an amazing actor. And then they would be pulling up a kind of an overall team, an entire team who would be basically helping Dumbledore to in the greater world, where obviously he will have to trust him, and that trust is everything that would be happening, because even though Newt has that particular like power, he would be battling against Grindelwald, but he would be obviously needing Albus Dumbledore's help, who is definitely the greatest wizard of his time. And this was again an amazing scene which they kind of just broke out, and there it was that he was just with him. And this is again is pure magical world का best part है that these fantastic beasts have not technically been shown in the rest of the old movies, so he is just one of those marvelous beings. And then we just go ahead with respect to the trailer, like approximately in the April we are going to see what exactly things are, because Fantastic Beasts पे जो world दिखाया गया, that was based in New York in UK, but we have our own Hogwarts which is in London in UK, and that was in US. And now they just do a kind of collaboration where they are going to be battling the most dangerous wizard who has ever been. So they kind of make a compilation of everyone, like a Magizoologist who would be helping them, them to fight, like to get a connection with respect to those beasts. Then his indispensable assistants as well. Then we have this one as well who would be joining their overall army, who would be a wizard descendant from a very old family. So I'm really curious about who that would be, and she is going to be a teacher as well. And that Hogwarts Express, it is so much nostalgic. Now it's in snow, although, because I'm not sure whether we have seen Hogwarts Express in snow in the movies. And obviously we have him. So he is again one of that character. He is a Muggle in the entire team. And before he does that, Newt kind of tells him that he is also going to be there apart. So he is one of the best characters. And at that time he says that Dumbledore has assigned him to give him a kind of a wand. And this is technically the first time we have ever seen in movies. I'm really not sure we have seen in the movies before that a Muggle could actually have a wand. Could they use it? Are they allowed to use wands? Can they use? I'm talking about their abilities, because now he's finally having a wand. So is that even possible? It is the biggest question today, which every Potterhead would have. And now we are back at Hogwarts, which is so much nostalgic. And they go into a place where obviously we know where they would be going, because they have to do things, because consider at that time Albus is there in the school as a professor, so he has to run a school, and at that time he would also have to do the rest of the things as well. So along with handling a school, he would have to also manage the rest of the things, manage rest of the people as well. So they are back at Hogwarts, where they'll be doing the rest of the things, and we get to see Urza's character here as well in a very different and a very dark part, looking at the thing that he has to leave her, but because even she was such an amazing character in the second movie. And again, this could be I'm not sure what that thing was. And when we go ahead further with the trailer, this was again a funny part where there are just scraps, so he has to just squivel the way that they would be, so that the way he would be squiveling, the rest of the crabs might follow them. But that was a kind of a funny part in that specific move. But I am really keen to understand the perspective, because a Muggle is going to get a wand, so what role would he be playing, and what connections we would be having with the rest of the characters from the Fantastic Beasts movies, which were there in the previous movie. And obviously we would get to see some more beasts as well, similarly like him. Like he could just probably the biggest crab out of those specific crabs we saw before. So they definitely have to get the hell out of there. And obviously otherwise he would be just right away attacking at him. That looked kind of an antler. And yes, so the war of the world is going to begin between Dumbledore and between Grindelwald, and everyone would be helping them. And the things which are shown in this specific trailer, for example, the way that they are using magic, the way they are defending even Expelliarmus, or even other things, he is clearly unaware of what he's doing. Even her powers are growing so much, and this also looks like a kind of a Patronus thing, where he would definitely be using his dark power inside him, and a lot of new things which are kind of coming out from that similar basic clip if we watch it in slow-mo. And now we are just at that place where he would be the war would be happening, and the Grindelwald would directly going to be against Dumbledore. So would Newt be successful? Would his rest of the wizards and the rest of the school teacher and his rest of the people would be able to defend him? Because these are so many new and different spells which we have never seen, neither in the books or in the movies. For example, like the way he teleported, or even the way he is acting, the way his powers are, like the way that they grow around him. If you've seen the movie, you know how Ezra Miller's character works, and just in the way that he is using all his spells and the way that he is going to teleport, it is super amazing. So all in all, it was like a different scenario when we get to know when we get to over this specific point, because we finally reached the room of requirements. So if you know from the Order of the Phoenix, the room of requirements kind of present themselves to whoever are basically capable of, and whoever are also are in need of it. So they kind of just reach out over there, and they kind of just disappear into nowhere. So I would really be interested to know where exactly they have gone now, because there are a lot of new beasts which are there. We have him as well. That small tree is so cute. And on top of that, we have Urza as well, acting a good part to fight against Dumbledore, because here we can clearly see his powers are just there with this hand, even without using magic, which we have not seen many times in the movies. And then we just get to part that he's just giving rewards to Hufflepuff, and that was just the part, just the kind of the ending part of the overall trailer. So all in all, yes, it is. I'm really more excited to know what would be there in the overall movie, apart from what has already happened before in the Fantastic Beasts. But again, finally, we get to see a kind of a post-credit scene where again we are at Hogwarts, and literally this is the school which everyone would want to go. Every Potterhead would want to go, and they are just kind of trying to take his wand, but he's trying to tell them they better. Technically, obviously, they know better what a wand is rather than him. And there was just a kind of a funny joke which was made that it was being given to him as a kind of a Christmas present. Alright, so that was it for the overall breakdown. All in all, it is an amazing thing to look forward to, because Grindelwald versus Dumbledore, first thing, which was the biggest war, because of which the Elder Wand, kind of is the best, the strongest wand that you can say, who was there with Grindelwald, and after Dumbledore defeated him, Elder Wand became his, and later you know what happened with the Elder Wand in future. Like after Dumbledore, because technically Tom Draco had kind of disarmed him, so it belonged to Draco, and then after Draco, it kind of belonged to Harry because Harry disarmed him. But at the very end, in the books, although Harry leaves that wand with the corpse of Dumbledore where he was buried, but in the movies it is shown that he just breaks it off and he just throws it into the valley. So all in all, it is an entirely different debate about the books versus movies, but this thing is definitely something which I would be really looking forward to for the next April. So that is it for the overall breakdown of the trailer of Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. This movie is something which is a kind of a connection between the old world and the new world, and a probability would there be any cameos or any kind of future glimpse or a kind of a past glimpse, because Dumbledore is one of the he was one of the strongest of wizards of all the times who had the access to Elder Wand, and the things that he has done even in this trailer, for example, they are so much amazing. So do let me know what your thoughts are about the entire video. And again, just regularly, as I keep forgetting, I was trying to make this video in Hindi, but sorry, मैं भूल गया. And in that flow, I just start speaking English, because it is after all fan fiction, and these books these books I've read and watched in and the movies I've watched in English. So automatically sorry आ जाता है. So thank you so much for watching until here. If you're a Potterhead, do leave the electric sign, the scar sign in the bottom in the comments below, along with the heart sign, and please subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed it yet. I'll be meeting you in the next video.